sorry. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you.
My name is Mori.
It's a pleasure.
I'm glad to see you. And 私、クロードコードめっちゃ使ってます。
So I'm a big user of Claude Code.
そうだ、今日お会いできるのもすごい楽しみにしてきました。
And I was really looking forward to seeing you today.
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。Thank you so much.
よろしくお願いします。そうですよね。日本に住んでいらっしゃったことあるんですよね。嬉しいです。じゃあもうぜひこちらにお座りいただいて。そうだそうだ。じゃあマイクつけていただいて。はい。僕は全然エンジニアじゃないんですけど、ニュースサイトからニュースソースを集めて記事化することをクロードコードにやってもらってます。
わかりました。
あ、わかりましたか？
クワッコードかコワークか。クワッコード or コワーク？
クロードコード？
クワッコードかコワーク？
あ、コワークで。
コワーク。
そうやってます。だからもう全く最初分からなくて、クロード MD？ターミナル？全然分からない。
ちょっと怖いね。
最初は分からなかったけど、でも使ってるうちにだんだん分かってきましたし、対話コミュニケーションを取ってるとこうクロードコードが仲良くなってくれる。とてもフレンドリーにクロードコードがなってくれて、はい、今もう欠かせないです。素晴らしい。作ってくれてありがとうございます。
もちろん。
嬉しいな。はい。僕の使い方合ってましたか？クロードコードの使い方は。よかった。そうなんだ。本当に生活が変わりました。素晴らしい。本当に感謝。もうお話聞き始めていいですかね。はい。ボリスさん、日本に来たのは久しぶりですか？
Yeah, about maybe like half a year.
以前日本に住んでらっしゃったんですよね。
3年くらい。
日本語で3年くらい。
3年くらいも、はい、奈良に住んでました。
日本語お話お上手ですね。
全然。
いや。今日もう日本語でやりますか？
No. 英語の方がいいですけど。
英語の方でいい。じゃあ今日は英語の方でということですが、奈良に住んでたんですか？それどうして奈良に住んでたんですか
？My wife got a job in Nara, and we decided to move together.
日本での思い出っていうのはどんなものがありますか
？I think my favorite is the food in Nara. It was there's just the farmers markets and the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetables were amazing. Yeah, and we did. There's also a lot of activities we did for the first time, like exploring the country and learning to make miso better. My first one was not very good, but the fifth one was better. Planting rice for the first time, so we actually planted and polished our own rice. So it was very cool.
もう何をされてる方かもうそれ聞いただけじゃわからないんですけど、その日本での経験とかそれこそ味噌作りっていうのが今のボリさんのキャリアの中で何か役に立っていることってあるんですか
？Like has it helped with the career? I think the biggest thing was when I moved to Japan, the hardest thing was the time zone because my company was in the United States. And before I was doing a lot of documents and I was doing a lot of meetings and communication. And when I moved to Japan, I couldn't do this anymore. But I'm an engineer, and so I like to write code. And so I just coded a lot. I spent like 2 years, like I just coded all day, and it was so fun.
なるほど。そういったきっかけもあって、クロードコードが生み出され、私も恩恵に預かっているわけですけれども、世界が変わったっていうような実感っていうのはありますか
？I feel lucky that people and customers all over the world, from the smallest companies to the biggest companies, choose to use Claude Code and Cowork and the products that we build. I feel lucky every day.
オーパスだったりチャット GPT だったりジェミニだったり、AI をこういわゆるアドバイスをくれる存在として使っている方多いと思うんですけれども、それが自分のアシスタントとしてクロードコードを使える方っていうのも増えてきたと思うんですよ。こう AI の役割 AI ができることっていうのは進化してるなというふうに感じるわけなんですが、ボリスさんはこの AI の進化っていうのは今後どういうふうになっていくというふうにお考えですか？
Yeah, so engineers are the first adopters. And if you look at AI 2 years ago, and you asked an engineer how to use AI, people would tell you, you chat with it. You chat with a chatbot. And 2 years ago, there was a change because we introduced Claude Code and engineers started to use an agent for the first time. Engineers are always the first adopters, and so now we're starting to see this for everyone else. Engineers did this 2 years ago. Now everyone is using cowork, and everyone is learning to use an agent in their daily life. And I think as I think about kind of the next 6 months, I think the agent is going to get more capable. It's going to learn to run for a longer period of time. It's going to learn to do harder work. And I'm really excited for everyone in the world to be able to experience this, not just engineers.
具体的に例えば AI をあんまり使ったことがない人たちにどんな恩恵があるというふうに思ってますか？
The biggest change with agents is they can use tools. And this is really different than chatbots that came before. And the magical moment for a lot of people is when you have the agent use a tool for you. And for example, this might be, hey, cowork, check my email. What should I respond to? And it can open your email and it can check. The second magic moment is when you combine tools. So you say, hey, cowork, check my email. Tell me what I should respond to. And then, for me, what I do is every day I have cowork check my email, and if there's a flight that I should book or travel that I should book, it books it for me. And so it combines email with, booking a flight or booking a hotel. And it can use these tools together because the model is intelligent. And it's able to do this in a way that it just couldn't a year ago.
本当に一人に一人秘書さんとかアシスタントがついてるようなイメージですよね。
Yeah, and it can use all your tools. This is, I think, the thing that a lot of people just don't know AI can do. Claude can use anything on your computer, anything in your browser. And 6 months ago, it wasn't very good, but now it's pretty good.
まだまだ AI が進化しているというお話ありましたけれども、これ5年後10年後我々人間っていうのはどういう生活になってるんですか？
Oh, 5-10 years is a long time in AI.
そうか。
One thing that I think about is, to me, what's happening right now with AI is what happened with a printing press 500 years ago. With the printing press, before, most people in Europe could not read or write. And it was the same thing in the Tang dynasty in the 700s. Before the press, literacy was very low. But after the printing press in Europe in the 1400s, in the 50 years after the press, there was more literature produced than in the 1,000 years before. The cost of a book went down 100x, and literacy just went up. And because of this, we had the Renaissance. We had the first industrial revolution. We had the second industrial revolution. And eventually, we're all able to be here and have this conversation. Without literacy, this would be very difficult. And so this is the question that I ask myself. Software, I think, right now is going through a moment like the printing press did 500 years ago. It's becoming something anyone can do. What does that enable?
もう産業革命並みの人間の進化っていうのが起きるかもしれないということですけれども、その一方で AI の進化というスピードが非常に速くなっています。そこにはリスクがあったりとか、あるいはその開発のスピードを抑えた方がいいんじゃないかという意見もありますけれども、そのあたりはどうお考えですか？
I think that safety and trust are the most important thing. The reason that I'm at Anthropic is I believe we need to make this go well. AI is a very powerful technology. We see this kind of technology once every few generations, if that. And the most important thing that we can do is make sure that it's safe. And I think as a society, this is a conversation that we should be having.
今日本でも AI を使う方がかなり増えています。 リテラシーが少しずつ上がってるなというふうに感じる一方で、若者が AI を使うことによって例えば考える力が少し失われてしまったり、あるいは判断を AI に任せてしまうような事象っていうのも見受けられるわけなんですが、そのあたり若者と、あるいは子どもと AI、 この付き合い方っていうのはどういうふうにしていけばいいんでしょうか。
I believe deeply that people have to be at the center of AI and the way that it's used. It has to be a humanistic technology. And so we think about this when we build the product. And so, for example, in Claude Code, we have this concept of output styles. And for example, we have an output style called a learning output style. And the way that it works is Claude Code, instead of writing the code for you, it'll take your hand and it'll walk you through how to write the code to teach you how to do it. So it'll say, okay, first do this, then do this. Here's why we're doing this. Okay, next do this. So it's like a teacher. And I think this is actually one of the most powerful uses of AI, is teaching us new skills and helping us be better.
なるほど。なので、全て AI 任せに若者は判断するのではなくて、 AI をうまく使ってそれこそ AI とコミュニケーションを取るということが大事になってきますか？
Yes, AI is a tool and it's a technology, and we have to learn to use it, like past generations did with every other technology, like electricity and the printing press and the internet and computers. This is one of those technologies.
これちょっと気になるんですけど、ボリスさんが今18歳だったら AI をどう使ってます？
I would use it to study and to learn faster. So whatever I'm interested in, I would use it to just learn. And for me, when I was in college, it was really hard for me personally to study in college. I don't learn well in the classroom setting. And so for me, actually, a lot of my study was independent. Like by the time I studied economics in college, by the time I entered college, I'd already read all of the economics textbooks because it was interesting to me and because I'm better at learning by myself. And so I think for people like me, but also for every other student out there, whatever you're interested in, whatever you want to become better at, use AI in order to learn how to do it better.
学びの形が変わるということですが、今若者について聞きました。日本は少子高齢化が進んでいますけれども、お年を召された方が AI をうまく使うにはどういった形がいいというふうに思われますか？
I think there's one thing that Claude can do is it can make it easier to use tools. And so, like I'll give an example. I was in the Northwest United States near Seattle a few months ago, and I wanted to go clamming. So we went to the beach and we foraged for clams. And to do this in Seattle, you have to get a specific license. And I couldn't figure out how to use the website. There's this government website and it was just very confusing and I couldn't figure out how to use it. And so what I did is I asked cowork, hey cowork, can you please get a clamming license for me? And it did this. And while I went and I got some coffee. And in the meantime, cowork got this license for me. And so I think actually AI is this kind of technology, especially now that it's about agents, not about chat. Agents make it possible for people to do more, even if they couldn't do that task before, and if it wasn't accessible to them before.
なるほど。パソコンのこと、新しいこと、お年寄りの方には難しいのではなくて、難しいことを AI を使ってより簡単にこなすことができるようになるってことですね。
Exactly.
よかったなるほどね。今ボリスさんのお話を聞いていて、勉強がもっとはかどったり、仕事をアシスタントを使ってもっと生産性を上げたりっていうようなお話を伺いました。そうなると人間は余暇の時間が増えてくると思うんですけれども、そうやって言って AI を使うことによって生まれた時間を人間はどうやって過ごしてハッピーになったらいいんでしょうか。これからの人間のハッピーな過ごし方ってどういうふうに考えてますか？
I think it's a personal decision.
まあそうですよね。
I think I'm a student of history, and when I think about history, one example was the washing machine. And so, when the laundry used to be a lot of work, you used to have to, if you wanted to do a load of laundry, you would have to go outside, you get wood, you come back in, you start a fire, you boil water, you take the water outside, then you have a scrubbing board and you scrub the clothes on it, and then maybe it's not enough and you have to kind of repeat this. And there was actually a study about this. Before the laundry machine, it would take many hours to do laundry, and you would have to walk, I think, 3 kilometers on average. This is a United States study. After the laundry machine, this was in the early 1900s, it reduced the amount of time it takes to do laundry by 3 hours, and the amount of time you have to walk from, I think it was like, 3 kilometers to like, 300 meters or something on average. And so this frees up a lot of time, especially if you have to do laundry every day or, like every other day for a family. And then everyone had the choice of how you want to use this time. You could spend time with family. You could go work. You could, just like sit outside and read a book. It's ultimately a technology that frees us, and it gives us more time, and it lets us be more human.
AI の進歩によって職が失われるんじゃないかって不安に思っている方もね、いるかもしれませんけれども、 AI をうまく使って人間らしく過ごせる時間っていうのが増えるというふうに思っていいんですね。
Yeah, I mean, I think the nature of work is going to change, and this is a technology, and it's going to be disruptive, and there's going to be good effects, and there's going to be bad effects, and like any technology, it's going to be a mix. And I think as a person going through this transition, the best thing that I can do, and my advice for other people, is learn to use it, because I think there's so much opportunity to use it to build businesses, to learn new skills, and to do all sorts of things that we just could not do before.
It's time to finish the interview. Oh. It's wonderful time in my life. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。